All right, Chris, you've been talking about this avalanche that's coming, and emailers are really aware, keenly aware of the avalanche that happens every year. But you're saying it's going to be worse this year. An avalanche of email hitting inboxes, promotions tabs, spam too. Tell us about. Let's get a little deeper in it this time, and tell us what this really looks like.
Okay, well, as you all know, certainly going to be a digital Christmas this year. No one is going out. There's nowhere to go out to. Denver is certainly clamped down here. We still don't have kids in school, and nothing's open. No more than 175 people in a venue at a time. So, of course, we all know it's going to be a digital Christmas. But what I want to point out is it's going to be a huge, overwhelming Christmas inbox starting in November as we wind up for Black Friday weekend. So let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a couple years to the worst Black Friday ever, which may just happen again this year, 2017, 2018. So much email was sent around Black Friday weekend, and particularly on Black Friday, that Gmail, Microsoft to some extent, and Yahoo for a time quit even accepting email. They simply were overwhelmed. That's pretty amazing in one of the world's largest distributed networks there is, Gmail. So this year, we're going to be seeing a much more overloaded inbox in November, Black Friday weekend certainly, and throughout December than we ever have before. Not just because we're buying online, but because every time you buy something, you get 4 emails. Fulfillment, it's being shipped, it has arrived, and then as many as 2 or 3 requesting a review from you, minimum of 4. Certainly, it's going to be a wild, crazy inbox this year. It's definitely going to be overloaded. And here's something else to point out. If your recipients are using the updates tab, along with the promotions tab and the primary tab, of course, the primary tab highly, highly prefers one-to-one communications. And that primary tab is going to be overloaded with nothing but primary, single, fulfillment, receipt, transactional, and personal email for the holidays. What do you think about all that, Jake?
It sounds scary if you're an emailer and you want to cut through that noise, and it sounds daunting. What do you tell people about this? I mean, should they just throw their hands up and wait till January, or?
Well, I've been talking to all of my clients quietly about this in a very detailed, personalized way for their business, but from a 1,000-foot perspective here on anyone listening to us in your business, do not throw your hands up and just take Christmas off. At a minimum, 52 weeks a year, you have to mail once a week. This causes your email system to bounce out the dead wood. You have to bounce soft bounces out once a week by mailing once a week. 4 in a month, that adds up to a hard bounce. So if you just let the list sit around, 2 things are going to happen. You're going to build up a lot of dead wood in those lists. If you don't have a deep relationship with said recipient, your subscribers, they're going to forget about who you are. And third, your domain reputation is going to crash a bit. And then when you come back and suddenly hit a list, let's see if you've got a list of even 10,000 to 100,000. It's really relative to your volume. There's no one particular number. So if you come back, a typical good-sized digital business has a list of somewhere around 75 to 100,000. So now you come back after not mailing for a month, and you hit your list with a sudden, your domain reputation with a sudden 100,000 blast, or a couple of them in a week, you're going to watch that domain rep drop. If your domain rep is in the middle, it's going to go to low, possibly bad. If it's at high, you're going to sink at least to medium. You have some room to move. But don't throw up your hands and just quit. I mean, this is in 2008 when Frank Kern and the rest used to take the entire month off from before Black Friday till after Christmas. You just can't do that anymore. You've got to mail 52 weeks a year, whatever it is. I mean, how hard is it to type 2 or 3 paragraphs about something that's going on within your niche? There's going to be something going on within your niche. And if you can't find it, you don't know it, you can certainly find it and look it up. I mean, search it on YouTube to create stories. There's so many ways to create simple content and mail once a week, 52 weeks a year. It's an absolute must now. And it's not because I say it. It's not because your ESP says it. It's because Gmail prefers it. And it's going to be 50 to 80% of your list.
In honor of Christmas, it just brought up this old commercial about exfoliation, skin exfoliation, and you need to exfoliate your list as well. Those hard bounces, the soft bounces. So I would recommend that everybody go first get their list calculated. What's going on with your list? You really have tools nowadays, which you provide. That will show people what's really going on and how to monitor them and how to get them exfoliated and have a little loofah thing. And that is at bettercallchrislang.com. Just click on the calculator button and get your list checked out. At least know what your potential is for deliverability. And then you can take it from there. But thanks, Chris. This is really important because I think people do still have that attitude of really doesn't matter what I do. I know that the avalanche is coming and I'm not going to cut through that noise. And it's really, really important that people hear what you're saying. Otherwise, they could be doing very, very serious damage to their lists.
And even if your people may not see your emails because if, them just being busy with Christmas, it's going to be a really interesting year too with COVID limitations possibly still in effect. So what's more important is that the machines see your email and that you allow the machines to do their job and bounce soft bounces out. There actually can be inbox fulls these days. And it's because people use up their storage within G Drive, within Yahoo storage, etc., pictures, things like that, Microsoft OneDrive. They use up their storage, and it also counts for Gmail. So you can actually get a soft bounce of an inbox full in an inbox that couldn't actually ever be full. It's important that the machines hear and see from you. Whether or not your people do or not is probably certainly going to be less. I've hated Christmas as a marketing medium, marketing time of year since I first started mailing in 1999. I've always disliked Christmas, and I never made any money during Christmas because I don't sell Christmas products. But the machines need to see your email and keep your domain reputation and IP reputations alive.
Just like Skynet, we got to keep the machines happy. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for these insights. I know people are really appreciating this. Everybody head over to bettercallchrislang.com and get your list checked out. It's free.